Okay, now I'm recording it. So, the knight's move has some weaknesses, but difficult to cut. But let's suppose that there's I don't know, some stones like this and some stones like this. Now, in this situation, this knight's move has become significantly weaker. Its position is a little bit compromised. And so the question is, now if you're white, would you attempt to cut now or would you wait?
Not now.
Let's suppose that right now black plays, okay, let's say black plays like this, and it's white's turn.
Okay. So K12.
K12. Okay, K12, black plays here.
And now L11.
Yeah, so this is basically a perfect setup for a cut because you have these two supporting stones and they stand at exactly the right locations to attack the knight's move. Even if you have one, it's already very helpful, but you have two, that's very, very helpful. They just easily, it's as if you have, scissors and you just easily just snap and cut the black shape apart. So yeah, you can go either way. You can go this way or this way, and it is cut. And I'm showing it to you because I want you to kind of see this in isolation, that this is the Kema. Kema can be cut, and if you have some extra stones around, definitely can be cut. Now we go to the game. You're black, and check this out. So we're here. Your opponent invades. Okay, you jump. Very nice. White jumps. Cap. And white invades again. Instead of saving the stones, if I'm white, I would be thinking about just start escaping immediately. But white invades again. You do this, 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 and at this point, do you see it? White is trying to connect the two groups. At this point, white has A and B, two separate sets of stones. And as a player, as the opponent, you would very much prefer to keep them apart. If white connects and joins forces, it's going to be so much easier to make eyes and save them. But if you keep them separate, then one of them will get in trouble while the other one maybe saves. So that's what you should be thinking about right now. You should be thinking, how can I keep them disconnected? I gotta keep them disconnected. So the question is how to. You see it?
Wait a second, because
What was in
are
the
you
game?
talking about black making a move now?
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe even now. Yeah?
Okay, we'll try the cut at O14.
Try to cut at 014. Let's try it. Okay, cut 014. White plays here.
And now go P15.
Yeah. Okay, that works. Probably a cut. Yes. And yeah, the white shape is cut. Possible. You can probably also do. Can we do this one? Like this. Jump cut. White has to play here. Cut. And can white capture the stone? Looks more, maybe a little bit more dangerous. So maybe your version was easier. So this one and this one. But this is still a little bit shaky because your stones are not so strong. So you should think carefully about this because the corner is okay, but the stones on the outside, all of these stones, are not very strong. So if something goes wrong, maybe it's you who's under attack and not your opponent. But then you do this one, a preparatory move. If you prepare and you make a very strong shape, and your opponent does this. So this is exactly what I showed you before. you're really definitely, very clearly, and like openly preparing to cut. And somehow your opponent does not defend. So, follow it up with something.
So now you could do cut.
Now you could do, yeah, any cut. Any cut works because you have those two helping stones. So just cut like this and cut very effortlessly. Just the white stones are cut apart. And probably the stones at the top, for example, will die. The four stones at the top. Or this way, probably also the same way. Just do this, that, this. Wait, does it work? This way there's this Atari. But it's not a ladder, so even if white escapes this way, then the stones on the right will die. So it's not that bad. So you cut and something dies. But maybe this way is a little, maybe a little safer and easier. So what do we have? We have this shape, and you have A and B helping you on both sides. So you're definitely threatening a cut, and your opponent very clearly ignored you just now. So that's a very basic kind of premise in a game of Go. If you make a threat and your opponent ignores you, you need to deliver. You need to follow through on your threat and show him who's boss. So you made a threat, he ignored you, cut. And that would be the punishment for white here. And in a game you play this, I mean, I understand you're trying to capture the whole thing, but this is a very difficult task to perform. Your shape is not that strong. This is the kind of move you could do when, I don't know, you have some crazy strong shape everywhere, something like this, I don't know, like this. And then you're like, okay, let me just, yeah, and kill. Sure, okay, maybe with so much power behind your back, you could do this. But when your shape is like this, and you only have a few stones, it's very difficult to just bloop one stone and kill and cover the whole group. So I think just take what you can. Just take the cut. I'm showing this to you because I want you to be aware that, first of all, the knight's move is a dangerous shape to make. And also, when your opponent makes it, you should be like mentally, you can take a mental note that, okay, my opponent has a knight's move. Can I cut it now? Okay, no, not yet. But let me keep it in my mind, and then when I get a chance, I will try again. And question number 2 in this game comes later. There's a fight. By the way, how to continue now? White makes this strange, unreasonable move. Atari, here. What's the next move? The only move, by the way.
The only move.
I think so. I think the only move. The only human move. Maybe AI would come up with something else, but... It's easy, not tricky.
Not sure. I would probably just connect at E9.
Which one? E9?
P as in Paul.
P9. P9, this one?
Yeah.
And this is, I think... Oh, no, in the game you did this one. In the game you push. But if you don't connect at P9, can white cut at P9?
No.
So,
No.
why are we connecting there? What I'm trying to say is that this is a great shape. And we know this shape, right? And it's also
Yes.
it's a great shape because it cannot be cut. White cannot play p9 ever. White can only play p8 to threaten to cut, and then you would connect. So p9 is not a problem, but there is a problem. Where is it? There's this one place where white can cut right this moment, and you need to fix it.
Well, actually, in the context of our recent conversation,
Hmm.
we have a knight's move at K15 and L13.
K15, L13. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And stones on either white stones on either side of it.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
So maybe that needs to be fixed with K14.
Well, I wouldn't ask you such a difficult question if because the action right now is taking place on the right side, and if suddenly you need to switch your vision and like look over the entire board and find this one point somewhere else that needs to be protected, that would be a very cruel question on my part to ask. But yeah, you're right. Yes, there is a problem there. But the thing is that this move for you is Sente, and this move fixes the problem. It's Sente because it's threatening to capture these three stones, like right now. Next, K12, and they're captured. And if white needs to respond to this, white would need to play here to save them, and then your shape is no longer in trouble. And because of this helpful exchange move, you don't need to worry about it. Kind of. So that is, I agree, that's a problem. The top shape is not perfect. You could fix it, but it's not urgent. There's something more urgent at this point.
Okay, well, then I would fix at R9.
Yeah, because look, in this situation, what you're doing is right now is you have a seemingly impenetrable wall like this, which separates all of the top stones of white from this group. And if possible, you would like to keep it this way. You would like to keep white separated, and then white could be attacked on both sides. If white somehow connects, it's too good. It's too good for white. And so this is what's happening. You do this, white pushes here, and this is a strange move, but you respond, and now there's a cutting point, and this is what you need to see. There's a cutting point, and it's this cutting point that is the borderline between white being separated and white being connected. And it's R9, yes. If you do anything right now, anything at all, white will cut, and white is all connected, and your R10 stone is captured, unfortunately. So now this stone is dead, and white is all connected and safe. So you can't let this happen. And that's why you can treat this as this one stone and all right, let me take this off. This stone and this stone is a knight's move, and you are now breaking it.
Yes, okay, all right.
See, and now all the white stones at the top are separated. Like all of those stones, this has now become one separated group of white. And this is another separate group. And this is another separate group. So white is now split into three groups. Very difficult for white after this. If you do this, if you just make this connection, this game becomes very, very hard for white. I don't know how to continue for white. Very, very hard. because saving everything seems like an impossible task. But as soon as you do this one, and white cuts, and those 2 stones of yours die, so much easier. You still cut off the 3 stones, which is good profit, but it could have been even worse for white. White kind of got it easy, the easy version. And now final question, the tactical question, not an easy one. So check this out. White tries to cut the Yotare here, 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 here. This move, interesting. Interesting. When I was looking at the game, I was like, huh, no way. Really? And then cut, and Atari, and here, here, this, and now this move. So everything so far has been very, very cool and almost forced. But what to do next? Well, now that I ask you this question, this is a huge hint, because in the game, of course, there was nobody to tell you that there is something, but now I'm telling you there is something, and then it's easier to find.
At this point, and I just thought I was missing something. I'm afraid those white stones I thought were surrounded are not going to be surrounded.
Yeah, so there's a clever move here, a clever tesuji that is good to know. It's not a very obvious one, and so it's very easy to miss. I'm not sure even every 10Q would find this tesuji. So not a simple one.
Let's do K7.
And it is the move. Yes, K7 is the move. So you cannot connect, and you need to just realize that this connection is not leading to anything, because white now has a simple way out, and this is it.
Yes.
So this is too simple of an escape, and then you need to consider something else, and something else is this move. This is Atari, and white has only one way: capture.
So now you go to L6.
You have even better than L6.
Okay. Well, you could go J9.
Yes, J9 immediately, fatality. Atari, and white cannot connect. You see it?
Yeah.
If white connects, the whole group is captured. So white is just dead immediately, and the game is over. If white just dies in the middle of the board and all of your stones are connected and safe, this is it. You win the game. So you were one step away from winning, but in a very beautiful way, with this very nice and cool tesuji. But you can kind of, I think, find this tesuji by like reverse engineer it, because when you need to just see that if you connect, if you play the obvious move like this one, it just doesn't work. White has a very simple, very clear way out, and after this you can never catch those stones. They escape and they go far away, and this is it. So the only way to even try to attempt something here is to try something else, to try and reduce the liberties. And that's how you can find this tesuji. Like, what if we try this crazy move? It's Atari, so let's try it. And white has only one way. And now this one is not as good because now this is a ko. So white can, for example, Atari now, and now you have to fight the ko. You will take, and white will find a ko threat somewhere, some crazy move like here. And if you take, then maybe white destroys your left side in exchange. So it's much better if you could finish this without ko, and you can. So no Atari here, but Atari here. No ko.
Okay.
Just finish it. Whew. Okay.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions in this game? Anything else? Because I just wanted to show you these two things.
No, I think that's good.
Okay, then let me stop the recording and let's talk about the homework.